Where's the relief? It's September 2nd, 2025, and these are your headlines. The Texas House today has rejected, at least for now, Senate Bill 10, halting a measure Republican leaders had pitched as property tax relief, but one that critics say falls far short. The bill by Senator Paul Bettencourt and carried in the House by Morgan Meyer would have lowered the maximum annual property tax increase most local governments can levy without voter approval from 3.5% down to 2.5% beginning in 2026. When the bill first came through the House last week, members added amendments to make it stronger, covering all local governments, reducing the cap to 1% and closing loopholes for MUDs. But when it returned from the Senate, those changes were gone. Representative Tony Tinderholt said the stripped-down bill was unacceptable. He argued that Texans deserve relief applied equally across the entire state. Representative Mitch Little was even more blunt, noting the bill would save taxpayers in his hometown of Louisville about $12 a year. The 60-71 vote against the conference report leaves it stalled for now. It also highlights how far the measure falls from Governor Greg Abbott's call for requiring 2/3 of local voters to approve any tax hike. Still, with property taxes at the top of voters' minds, lawmakers may yet look for a way to revive negotiations before the end of the session, heck, maybe even before the end of this day. And if not, the fight for real relief is certain to return next session or on the campaign trail. A coalition of left-wing groups and individuals are suing the state of Texas over the new statewide ban on DEI and gender ideology in K-12 schools. The lawsuit, which was filed in federal court in Houston just days before the law was set to go into effect, September 1st, was brought by the ACLU of Texas alongside the Transgender Law Center and law firm Baker McKenzie. They're challenging Senate Bill 12, the Parental Bill of Rights, which Governor Abbott signed into law in June. SB 12 bans DEI instruction, prohibits student clubs based on sexual identity, and bars educators from promoting gender ideology in the classroom. It also requires schools to give parents full access to student records and sets out stronger grievance processes. Plaintiffs include the Genders and Sexualities Alliance Network, Students Engaged in Advancing Texas, and 3 anonymous individuals. They argue the law suppresses free speech, calling it the Student Identity Censorship Law. They're asking the court to strike down 4 provisions, including the bans on sexual identity clubs, staff assisting in gender transitions, and teachers discussing sexual orientation or gender identity even outside school hours. This isn't the ACLU's only lawsuit against Texas. They're also challenging SB 10, which requires posting the 10 Commandments in classrooms.
What are the important things out there in Texas politics and Texas news that matter to you, and what can you do about it? That's what we want to bring you with the Luke Macias Show on a weekly basis for 20 to 30 minutes. That way you can get the information and go do something for the rest of your week. I look forward to coming to you every Wednesday.
2 Killeen ISD employees are on administrative leave after allegations of inappropriate conversations and unprofessional conduct with students. In an email to families, Aycock Middle School Principal Savannah Jimenez said the action was taken out of an abundance of caution and consistent with district protocols while an investigation is underway. She added that student safety remains the district's highest priority. Well, the district has not released details citing employee privacy laws, but says that families will be updated when possible. This is not the first misconduct case in the district. In 2023, Fowler Elementary teacher Clay Camp was arrested for online solicitation of a minor. His teaching certificate has since been revoked. And earlier this year, 2 other Killeen ISD teachers were investigated for misconduct, one resigning and the other reassigned while under review by the Texas Education Agency. The district's police say one of those cases is still with the Bell County DA. For more of today's stories, go to texasscorecard.com.